Hello everyone, I'm Anuj Jetty and I'm a legal intern with Lexus and Company, and this is the second part of the topic standing orders. So the various matters mentioned in the in standing orders under Schedule 1 of the Industrial Relations Code of 2020, there are various matters and which are the classification of workers, whether permanent, temporary, apprentices, probationaries, or fixed term employment. The second matter being the manner of intimating to workers periods and hours of works, holidays, pay days, and wage rates. The third one being shift working. Fourth, and the next is attendance and late coming, conditions of procedure in applying for and the authority which may grant leave and holidays. Next is requirement to enter premises by certain gates and liability to search. Seventh is closing and reporting of sections of the industrial establishment, temporary stoppages of work, and the rights and liabilities of the employer and workers arising therefrom. Further, termination of employment and the notice thereof to be given by employer and workers. And suspension or dismissal for misconduct and acts or omissions which constitute misconduct, means of redress for workers against unfair treatment or wrongful exactions by the employer or his agents or servants, and any other miscellaneous matter. So the certification process, which is given under Chapter 4 or Section 28 to Section 39 of the Industrial Relations Code of 2020. So Section 28 talks about applicability. So this chapter, the standing orders shall apply to every industrial establishment wherein 100 or more than 300 workers are employed or were employed on any day of the preceding 12 months of employment. This chapter shall not apply to an industrial establishment in so far as the workers employed therein are persons to whom the fundamental and supplementary rules are civil services or classification, control and appeal rules, civil services which are under temporary service rules, revised leave rules, civil service regulations, civilians in defense service, the Indian Railway Establishment Code, or any other rules or regulations that may be notified on this behalf by the appropriate government. So making of model of standing orders by the central government and the temporary application which is given under Section 29 of the IR Code of 2020, the central government shall make model standing orders relating to conditions of service and other matters incidental thereto or connected therewith. So the modification of standing order was what's the main question was that what will the certifying officer shall do on receiving the standing order or draft of that, and the time frame under section 30 clause 5 of the Industrial Relations Code. On receipt of the draft referred in the subsection 1 and subsection 4, the certifying officer shall issue notice to the trade union or negotiating union of the industrial establishment or undertaking or members of the negotiating council. Second one, where there is no trade union operating, to such representatives of the workers, the industrial establishment or undertaking in such manner as may be prescribed. Further, for seeking their comments in the matter and after receipt of their comments given an opportunity of being heard to the negotiating union or negotiating council, or as the case may be to the trade union or the representatives of the workers, and who decide as whether they should or should not and have any modification or addition to such draft standing order is necessary to render the draft standing orders under standing order which is certifiable, and shall make an order in writing with this regard, provided that certifying officer shall complete such procedure for certification referred to in subsections 4 and 5 Then after the certifying officer certifies, or after the certification, what is the next step? Section 30 clause 8 provides that after the certification, copies of such certified standing orders within 7 days of certification to be sent to the employer, trade union and the or any other negotiating council and any other party to the standing order, which can be the employer. Further, the certifying officer shall certify the draft of the standing orders or the modifications in the standing orders referred to in subsection 5, and shall within 7 days thereafter send copies of the certified standing orders to the or the modifications in the standing orders to the authenticated in such manners as may be prescribed to the employer and to the negotiating union or the negotiating council. So this was the concept of standing orders and the various sections under it, and under Industrial Relations Code of 2020, and I hope I was able to give you guys somewhat clear picture of standing order. So thank you.